Well, tonight, federal employees laid off by the Trump administration are now receiving emails like this, telling them they can have their jobs back. This comes after a judge ruled late last week that it was illegal for the federal government to fire thousands of probationary workers. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Yolanda Harris. Last month, we spoke to one of those fired employees who worked for the IRS as a revenue agent. New at 11, 10 TV's Carly Dion spoke to him to find out if he even wants his job back.
You're being reinstated to your previous position immediately.
Wesley Stanofsek received this letter in his email Monday morning. It states he's getting his job back, but
while you are being reinstated to federal service, you are also being placed on administrative leave.
It's a letter he and thousands of others received after the U.S. District Court for the District of Maryland ordered 18 federal agencies to reinstate some probationary workers who were recently terminated.
So we've got our jobs back, but we can't go into work.
It's been more than 3 weeks since we first spoke to Wesley, who was one of more than a dozen workers in his office in downtown Columbus to be let go.
Would you want your old job back, or how do you feel about that?
I don't think I'd be comfortable going back fully, especially knowing there are reductions in force in place. Probationary employees would be likely the first to go because of that, so it almost seems like it'd be a bit of a revolving door.
He also found a new job elsewhere, but he says some of his other former co-workers haven't been so lucky and might be open to returning.
At least half a dozen filing for unemployment and that haven't been able to find gainful employment since the terminations in February.
But at this time, it's still unclear if and when they might actually be able to return to work, based on the notice they received.
I was just frustrated with the lack of clarity and the lack of guidance. I think at the end of the day, what's done has been done.
Wesley also tells me in that notice he received, it also mentions if he has any questions to contact a specified phone number and email address. But so far, he says his emails have not been returned and the phone line leads to a busy signal. In downtown Columbus, Carly Dion, 10 TV News.